Okay, what I'm going to show here is how to use this BBC microbit with Scratch to interact with the coding environment for Scratch. And using Bluetooth on this BBC microbit, we can send signals to make the cat icon activated, and we can also activate this light bulb, this red LED. This is just a power bank. In other words, the microbit is not connected by USB to the computer right now. In order to make this work, we start by going to Scratch MIT EDU microbit. You just search for Scratch microbit. You want the hex file .hex right here. Download. In my case, I use Microsoft. You can use iOS also. Once downloaded, that hex file will be in your downloads folder. You drag it and drop it onto the microbit when the microbit is plugged in by USB to the computer. Then that will install this .hex file into the microbit, which then makes the microbit compatible with Scratch. Once we've done that and plugged this in, right now the microbit is scrolling its identification, ZOZOT. That's the Bluetooth identification that shows up if you click Bluetooth on your computer. You're going to need to have Bluetooth, a computer that's Bluetooth compatible. Right now it says it's not connected. Here's what I'm looking for. I want to connect this one, not this one that's being scrolled, ZOZOT. The way you do that, once you've got your Scratch environment opened up, you go down to the lower left, click on that one time, you'll see all these options of hardware that you can use and different other extensions. These are all 3 Lego hardware extensions. What I want to do is click on the Microsoft, and once I did that, immediately it asked me, do I want to connect to this microbit, because this microbit is sending a Bluetooth signal to the computer. I click connect. Now it gives me a chance to go back to editor. And here is my editor, and notice that it stopped scrolling, and notice that there's a white check mark on a green circle, and that says it's connected. If you get an exclamation point on an orange circle, that means it's not connected. If I unplug this microbit, it will immediately change to a exclamation point up here. Now these are my blocks for the make code, for the microbit. If I pull this block out that says pin on pin connected, change it to pin 1, now I can make something happen when I connect this microbit by Bluetooth to my computer. I'm going to go ahead and also type in or activate I'll go back here to the microbit. On when A button is pressed, A button is going to be this button. So I've got 2 things I'm doing. I'm connecting pin number 1 to the ground. There are only 3 pins on this microbit. This will be 0, 1, and 2, and this will be ground. When I connect pin 1 to ground, this environment will sense that pin 1 is connected. I can make something happen then. Let's say I make this sprite spin to the left 90 degrees. and then spin to the right after that 180 degrees. Now, I can also make, if I press the A button, I can make the sprite move toward my mouse pointer. If the mouse pointer is here, the sprite will spin that direction. If the mouse pointer's over here, it'll spin the other direction. Now let's try that by pressing the A button and see what happens. Spinning toward the mouse pointer when I press the A button. Now I said if I connect my pin number 1, it will spin these different degrees. Pin number 1 is connected with these 2 wires, black and red, right here, by way of this button. I also added a 3rd wire which connects our red light, so when I press this button, the red light will come on. See, the red light came on? Let's see if I can get this to spin. This microbit is sending signals by Bluetooth to the computer, and the instructions are right here. When I connect pin 1 to ground, pardon me, by pressing this button, I've got these wired together on this breadboard, it makes the sprite spin. Any of these activities we can make happen by activating the pin. We can drag any of these activities in, and pins 0, 1, or 2. See, I can do another activity and wire another pin. So I've got an opportunity to wire other pins. They're labeled right here on the left side, 0, 1, and 2. Ground is the first one. So we can use this little breadboard, use a button to send signals for our Scratch program using the BBC microbit. There will be more about all this.